How you doing? We're back for another video, and we are talking about Married at First Sight. So I decided to do this video a little differently. We are going to watch a segment and then record a little bit, and then watch a segment and record a little bit. Anyway, so let's start off with our first segment. They started back off with Doug and Jamie, and she's standing at the altar looking woohoo scared about marrying this guy that she is clearly not attracted to. You can see it all in her face. But they go to the confessional and she was like, I'm just going to go through the motions. So she says, I do. And they walk back out and he goes out in there. He's trying to talk to her and she's, putting on that fake smile and she's not happy that she's married to this man that she's not physically attracted to. So people are coming up to them. I guess it's the beginning of the reception and they're introducing and he's kind of making jokes or whatever. And she was like, I'm not sure about this in the confessional. So they go to Dr. Pepper. Y'all like that name? Dr. Pepper? Anyway. And she talks about how a lot of people feel like they need a physical attraction, that you can't grow a physical attraction, but you actually can. Most people won't admit to it, even if they have done it before. So, clinical stuff, whatever. Then they decide to move on to the next couple, which is Jason and Courtney. And physically, I think they are the perfect match. So they back up because last week they kind of showed the bridesmaids come in, but the bridesmaids come in and she walks herself down the aisle because her parents don't understand why she's doing this married at first type thing, and she's not disappointed in what she sees. He's not disappointed in what he sees, and they're sitting there listening to the vows that they have, and she's okay with it. She seems the most confident of it. Jason, he's looking a little scared, and he was like, at some point I can back up and I can say no. But he goes ahead, and I don't know what he goes ahead and do because they went to commercial. So I'll be back.
What is going on? What is this? Why am I seeing myself? What is going on here? When I look, I don't like myself.
He don't like the camera. Second segment. Here we go. They come back and they are at Jason and Courtney. And like I said, Courtney seems so ready for this. She's like, yeah, I do. And he's sitting there looking kind of nervous. And in his confessional, he's talking about, well, I could just walk away from this. But he goes through with it and he's like, I do. And his side and her side, they're like, yay! And they walk out and he's like, I did it and I'm hot, she's hot. One of those type of things. Say hi, Marcus.
I'm naked.
I didn't get you. That's what happens when people walk in the room. You turn the camera towards them. Anyway, so now they go on to Vaughn and Monet. And she's out there talking to her godfather, the guy that she has to walk her down the aisle since her father has passed away. And she is nervous. Like, she's this really outgoing person. And she's, like, super, super nervous. And I'm super, super nervous for them. And I'm just sitting here watching the show. So, God knows how I'm going to be on my wedding day, right? So, she's super, super nervous. And then they show Vaughn, and he's standing there, and he's a calm, cool, collective kind of nervous. You could tell that he's nervous, like, in his face, but he's just kind of chill with it, And she walks up, and they're walking down the aisle, and the godfather's like, I got you. And her confession was like, I just feel like I'm going to faint. So he says, and Vaughn says in his confession, she looked like she was going to faint at any moment. But she made it down the aisle, and he's like, hi, and she's like, hey. And they were like, the Justice of Peace, whatever this lady is, she's like Vaughn Copeland. And Monet Bell, meet Monet Bell, and they say different things that the family wants them to say. I guess their vows are things that the family wanted them to say. And they were like, and she was like, Monet is full of life. She has no regrets, and she's, they want you to know that she loves to travel. And his family's like, he's sweet, he's calm, he's I can't remember, guys, really, to be honest with you. But, you know, everything that describes him, and they were like, well, he loves to travel also, and he's lived overseas for a little while. And so they get into the vows, and guess what? We go to commercial. So, commercial break. Right, we are back from our commercial break, third segment. I really forgot about the whole ending of each ceremony. Excuse me. So, Vaughn and Monet, Vaughn is like, oh, I do. He's calm, cool, collective, nervous. I do. And she's like sweating bullets. Oh my God. And she says, I do. So they go in, they walk out, and he meets the Godfather. He tells her to take care of it. And she's just like having this super anxiety attack, leaning against the wall, can't catch her breath. You know, she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What's going on? What did I really do? So, I forgot to say, at the end of each ceremony, the Justice of the Peace, whatever this lady is, she's like, well, traditionally at the end of each marriage, like you would normally kiss, but you guys are gonna choose not to. So of course, Doug and Jamie's like, oh, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. Okay. They. Oh my God. My fiance is like fussing at the boys. I hope y'all can't hear that. This is why y'all see this look on my face. But anyway, moving on. So, Jason and Courtney, they went ahead and did the thing, y'all. They gave each other a kiss, and it was great. Then, what is his name? Oh, Vaughn and Monet, they did the same thing that Jamie and them did, but theirs wasn't so as awkward. They kissed on the cheek or whatever. So the next part of the experiment is that they decided to put these people in these intimate situations where they had to take their wedding pictures. So let's start off with Vaughn and Monet, the last ones that did. They were walking and talking. She had kind of got her nerves together, and they were taking pictures. It still did not look like lovey-dovey, but, you know, you could tell they were getting comfortable with each other, and the pictures were the way that they were supposed to be. So then we had Jason and Courtney. We're going backwards now. They were doing theirs, and they were so lovey-dovey looking, pretend like we love each other, but they looked like they were just all into this experiment, and they were just going to give it their all, and they were all into it, y'all. They look so cute. I think their pictures are going to come out great. And then there was Jamie and Doug. They stuff just looked for us, and they were like, this photographer was trying to lighten the mood. She's like, I'm not going to kiss him. I mean, I don't know. And then they were like going to their reception, and she just like, I just need a minute. And the next thing you know, she in the corner crying. So let's go back in and see what's happening with these people on the next segment.
Hi. I'm sorry, yes!
So we're back from another commercial break, and this time they are getting into the reception, and they are going to do their first dance. The first dance is something that they say is really intimate and really makes them have to be close or whatever. So let's start with Doug and Jamie. Jamie's still trying to push her way through it, and she is you know, I'm just going to go through the motions. I'm going to have to dance with him. I mean, she just seems like, oh my God, babe, you knew what you were signing up for. So I know it's a shocker to you that you are not attracted to old dude, but, you know, you have to have some kind of let go, be free, I'm doing this if you're going to do it. Otherwise, you could have said no and walked away. Experiment over. But no, you are married to this dude now, so come on, Jamie. Come on. But anyway, so this was a song that her and her friends wrote when she was really excited about the whole process and the experience. And he was like, oh, I like this song. This is my favorite song. And she was like, oh, really? I wrote it. And she kind of started to seem to let go a little bit. You know, as they were dancing, he was spinning her and he gave her a dip. So it was really nice. They moved on to Vaughn and Monet, they just kind of, you know, I like this couple, but, you know, their first dance week wasn't spectacular to me. And I don't see all the issues that they have, per se. Now, the couple I love, love, love right now is Courtney and Jason. Before they went into reception, they were talking. She was saying why her family wasn't there. He was telling her that his mom has the stage 4 lung cancer, and she had chemo previously, and that's why she wasn't there. And this is just something that he is going through with his life. And she was like, "I'm sorry," but she seemed like she was so sincere and so into it. So they got there in advance, and she was like, "I don't like this part because I don't like people to watch me like that." And he was like, "You're fine. I got you. We're good." And, they kissed, they drank their little champagne. She's like, "I feel like I need to go." He was like, "Well, let's do it together." And I think so far they are my most favorite couple in this experiment because they are doing their thing. From another commercial break, got a little chilly, had to throw a little shirt on, but that don't match, so we gonna take that off, y'all. Anyway, I tried to make this a little bit more entertaining this time. So, they're back, and they are in their groom speech. So each groom has to say something to their bride. So Doug, the sweetheart that he is, he's all in. His family's gonna open it with open arms. He's willing to go at her pace. He makes jokes. He is just there. He's like even got a little kiss on the cheek without her going, "Oh." It was good. I like this dude. I really hope that she opens her eyes and tries to make it work. But of all the couples, I think this is the one that's not going to work. Even though he's a great guy, I think he's going to be stuck in that friend zone. Then we have Vaughn and Monet. Vaughn makes this speech, that he's going to be there for her. She's going to be his queen. They're going to do this thing together. It was really nice. Nothing real spectacular, but like I said, I think this is the couple that is going to work. But I could be wrong. We have to keep watching. And then there is Jason and Courtney. He tells her, he has this little speech written in, and he's written up, and she's like, "Oh, you can insert my blank there." Their wedding seems so much like a natural wedding. Like this is something that they planned and they've been together, and because they are all in, and I love that about this couple. They're all in. As of this time, nobody has really had time to be by themselves, so they're getting to interact with each other's family. And Jason and Courtney, their friends and family, most of their friends, because their family's really not there, are real supportive. They're like, "Oh, she's hot, he's cute. This feels like a real wedding." Vaughn and Monet. Vaughn has introduced his wife to his mom, and she introduces her mom. Her mom is like, "Excuse me, you better take care of my baby." And he was like, "No doubt, she's my queen." I'm like, yes, I like this couple. I love one couple. I like this couple. Jamie, I think she's just going through the motions, y'all, because she's still real scared because she ain't attracted to him. One of the therapists said, if she opens up, she will find out that he's everything that she asked for, but I don't know if she's going to get past the physical thing. So, we are, I think, to our last segment because there's not that much left on my DVR, so stay tuned for this commercial break, and I'll be right back for you.
It ain't nothing to cut that trick off.
Back. And, they finish off the reception. They have dance parties. Everybody's having fun. Everybody has kind of got off the jitterbug train. So Doug and Jamie, they seem to finally be having fun together. He sees that there's a glimpse of hope. What's that girl? Courtney and Jason. I swear, you would think that this was their real wedding. They bouncing off each other, mosh pitting it, and all kinds of stuff. Their stuff looks really fun. Vaughn and Monet, they kind of reserved people. It's time to go say goodnight, and they have to go to the honeymoon suite. And that's kind of where they end the episode. They start giving you a glimpse into the rest of the season, and I'm so into the show, guys. So we will be back next week with Love at First Sight, and I will talk to you guys then. Bye.